And hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Calgary Real Estate Show.
Yes.
It is Thursday, October 12th, and we're back in Calgary, thankfully, with high-speed internet.
Yes.
So if you tried to watch us last week, I just apologize right now. You can blame MGM Resorts International. Their Wi-Fi sucks. You know, what can I say?
Terrible.
It was horrible. So we won't be doing that again, but we tried, and we'll learn that for next time. And Jaden, how was your Thanksgiving?
Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Great family time. You guys, I don't know if were you back by then? No, right? The
No.
weather
No, we're in
was
California.
phenomenal. Yeah, we pickleball on Thanksgiving Day. Phenomenal. Great time.
That's
Awesome.
great. That's great. And the
Yeah.
Flames won last night, so Jaden's happy. I'm happy.
Yeah.
Natalie's happy because I'm happy.
Exactly.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But that was fun, and what a beautiful tribute to the Snows.
Yeah.
And yeah, so touching. So anyway, without further ado, let's get into our weekly stats. And then Natalie has a super cool Scandinavian design thing going on today. But yeah, some interesting stats here. I'm seeing a bit of a trend. And so let's talk about, and these are detached stats. So when we look at our new listings this week at 258, that's kind of been where they've been outside of the third week of September. So if you take out that third week of September, we've been in that 250 to 260 new listings per week. The difference is, look at the sales that have gone, how they've gone down since that time, right? So we had the blip that third week where they went up to 298, then 284, then the big drop to 234, and now down to 222. So, and this is now October. So since October has started, noticed a significant pullback in sales, but listings have really not changed a whole lot. So we'll see at the end of the month how that shakes out. So that's an 86% sales to new listing ratio. Keep in mind, this is still really, really high, right? Like if you said, if it's 86% for the whole month, that's a seller's market, right? Mm-hmm. But if it continues, then we might see some changes into more of a balanced market on the detached side. Pendings at 215, so that's not too bad. Price reduced 155, so a little higher. Well, you know, it's similar to where it's been. Back on market of 41, days on market 26. Natalie will detail that on the next page. And then our active detached went up slightly to 1351, and our total active amongst all the segments. So that is apartment condos, row townhouses, semi-detached, detached, up about 80 over last week. So, you know, again, we're still not nearly where we would normally be for total active listings. So just an interesting stat. And I think we just need to keep an eye on those first two rows there, first two rows, and see what happens over the next couple of weeks. Natalie.
All right. Going in the real estate time machine, total sales last year were 408, this year 482, so up 18%. New listings last year, 506, up to 669 this year. That's up 32%. So we're still seeing that market is still tight. Active listings, 4362 this year, 3398. So down 22%. And days on market, 37 days last year, 26 this year. So that's down almost 30%.
Yeah, and that active listings difference keeps shrinking.
Yeah.
Remember, we talked about that a couple weeks ago, and you know, was it through a 33, 34, 35, and now we're down into the low 20s. Yeah. So it's definitely been shrinking.
Yeah, for sure. All right, Jaden.
And interest rates are not shrinking. It's the opposite of that. No, we're seeing kind of the same thing that we saw last week. A lot of variability in the bond market right now. So there's been actually some lenders who spiked up and now trying to be the first head of the line have pulled back a little bit. But the really interesting thing, I think, with where we're at with the fixed and variable rates right now is the spread between the two. And so if you go back, you know, several weeks and you know, all of you Calgary real estate show junkies who like to go to our backlog and look at that kind of information, I think you'll see that kind of that 6.2, 6.3% on the variable, that's been pretty stable since the last rate hike, right? So about 12 weeks ago, just about 3 months ago. But that fixed rate has really started going up and up and up as the bond market has gone crazy. And so what does that mean? That means that, when you were making a decision, let's say, 8 weeks ago, when maybe that fixed rate was 4.84, there was a period about 3 months ago, it was 4.34. When there's that 2%, 1.5%, 1% gap, it's hard to look at the variable and say, yeah, you know what, I think that's going to go down, and that's the way that I want to go. Well, now that we're looking at closer to a 0.5, 0.6% gap, somewhere in that area, people are starting to say, like, yeah, you know what, I could see the Bank of Canada going down 0.5% in one jump. I could see them going down 0.75% in one jump, right? So it's easier to rationalize to yourself that, yeah, you know what, I think variable as high as it's going to get, it's going to go down, and I want to ride that on the way down. And I'm not getting enough value from the fix to offset that. So, variable is the way to go for me.
Yeah, no, it's good. I like the way that's, I like the way you put that. Excuse me. All right, Natalie.
All right.
Talk to us.
This is Embracing Scandinavian Design. This is an actual catalog picture from IKEA in 1951. Gotta love it.
Wow.
All right. Number one is letting the light in. Now, the one major thing with Scandinavian design, it's a very northern area. So they really want to maximize the light that they get into their homes, obviously. So it's embracing the light woods, it's having maximum window sizes that you can get, and just keeping everything sort of neutral on the walls, that kind of thing. So you can totally see that in this picture. Next one is get your hygge on. I don't know if I said that right. Please don't come after me if I didn't. But this is about embracing having certain spots that are sort of, comforting and all that. So it's this, for example, is showing, a chair with a little reading nook. It's a cozy area that you can just sort of relax and unwind in. The next one is surround yourself with natural textures. So this is a very big part of it. They really, if they don't do just white walls, they like the earth tones. So that's having lots of plants. It's having natural wood as much as you can, and really cozy rugs, that kind of thing. Functionality is beautiful, which it is. Everybody likes a functional kitchen. And that's a big part of the Scandinavian design is that everything in your kitchen is streamlined. So it's making sure that you can easily access anything you need, but you can still entertain and do all that kind of stuff. So
looks like Jaden's kitchen.
Yeah, I know, it totally does. It totally does. You're Scandinavian, Jaden.
I didn't even know it. Yeah, that's great.
And the last one is lighting is key. So again, because it's a northern area, you want to make sure that you've got lots of functional, beautiful lighting. And a lot of these, again, they use the natural, they have, some metal, but it's natural woven textures, that kind of thing in your shades. So it's just really beautiful. I love it. All right. Over to you, Mark.
Yeah, and I didn't do a lot of updating here, so my apologies, but Pumpkins After Dark is going on. And then there's Scream Fest. And Jaden, do you remember where Scream Fest is?
Yeah, it's at the Stampede Park there. So it's just at
Stampede Park. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's our friends Mike and Maureen that run Scream Fest, that run Pumpkins After Dark. So those are both. If you like getting scared, I don't. So I will not be a Scream Fest guy. I'm more of a Pumpkin Fest guy. There's the ghost tours at Heritage Park, which are still going on. Halloween weekends, I believe that might be done in Callaway. And sorry, Thanksgiving, I should have taken that out. But the other thing is local hockey is going on right now. So Calgary Hitmen, I know the Wranglers are starting up again soon. Then we have all the Calgary Canucks, things like that. Go check that out. Okotoks Oilers. If you've never been to the Centennial Arena down there in Okotoks for a game, if you're a hockey person, that is a great experience.
Amazing.
You're right on top of the action with some great hockey. They have a great team down there. So go check that out. And I'm just going to do a little recap because of our technical issues last week, meaning hotel Wi-Fi in Las Vegas is horrible. As you can see, the benchmark price overall went up 8.7% in September. Sales up 29%, new listings up almost 22%, but inventory overall for the month almost 25% down over last year. 1.38 months of supply. Again, what does that mean? If there was no more new listings hitting the market, how long would it take the existing listings to be sold? So that is 1.38. That's another measurement of what kind of market we're in. And then you can see days on market was down significantly as we reported week over week over week. It was only at 25 days compared to the year prior. And then when we go to the next screen here, and I'm just going to look over to my other screen so I can see it bigger, but you can see on the detached side, so prices went up 11% from September to 696.1, about 69% listing absorption rate. So what that means is how many of the listings actually sold, how many of them were absorbed. So that's still seller's market territory. 25 days on market, I had to cut it off just for the screen size here. And then when we look at semi-detached, prices went up also 11% to 621.3, 65% sale listing absorption rate, and sorry, it was 69 on detached, 65 on semi-detached. And then on row, check out row. Look at that speedometer. It's all the way to 100. That means everything sold, which is just mind-boggling to me. But it makes sense, right? It is the most home-like property that you can get into for a lower price in Calgary. And that meant the prices jumped up over 17% year over year to 419.4. And then on the apartment side of things, really good listing absorption rate, 69%. Prices went up 14, almost 15% year over year to 312.8, up 1% from August previous month, and 28 days on market. So, overall, like, it still was a really strong market in September. I think we're just maybe starting to see something brewing here in October. And yeah, that is about it for today.
All right.
That is about it for today. So yeah, if you have questions, we talk about this all the time. A real estate review is a great place to start, even if you have no interest in selling, right? If you're looking at a home equity line of credit, before you go talk to Jaden, have us come in. We love looking at houses. And we'll do a little market report up for you and kind of show you what your home would sell for in today's market. We know you're not selling. It's all good. That's what we do. If you are considering it, obviously that's the place to start is the real estate review. And then on the buying side, I think there might be some opportunities coming up here. I don't know. Like, I'm just kind of sensing a bit of a shift happening. So if you're on the buying side, I was chatting with a client yesterday. They inquired about a property we had, which is now sold. So congrats to our seller on that. But I said, still, the best way for you to get in and see properties as soon as possible is through a realtor. We can set it up. It's called ASAP mode. And as soon as that property hits the market, because the stuff that's good, we call it a cream puff. If it's a cream puff, it's still selling fast and probably in multiple offers. So if you even want to be in on the conversation, we're the people you need to talk to. So there's my little soapbox for the day. Thanks, Jaden. Thanks, Natalie. We'll talk to everybody in 7 days.
Bye.
Bye.